Okay, so then, you can pretty much just have fun with it and create your own pendants. I'll show you how to make some more here quickly as well. Okay, so we've got these different charm bracelets here, whatever you want to call them. Alright, I'll show you how to do export to layer files, to independent files another time. But let's go back to that folder. Alright, so how do we do this at a faster pace, because I think you got it, to create different ones? Well, it's a pretty simple process. So let me just go ahead and create a new blank layer. I'm going to press Alt backspace to fill it with our foreground color. Everything's still there. Just look at the layers palette. So I had that layer, everything's still there. But I'm just starting up here, and we can go through the same process. So if you want to make a frame, you got all these shapes you can choose from that you can apply layer styles to, or you can create your own shapes. So let me just do another example. So let's take this basic frame, and let's just go ahead and let's do fill pixels. Let's choose a different color. Doesn't even really matter what it is, because we're going to be applying layer styles. Alright, hold down the shift key to scale it to proportion. Okay, we've got our basic shape. Alright. Look what happened. See, important learning lesson here. See, it filled pixels on this layer. Alright, so what you got to do is, it's easy to work from here. Just go ahead and, I teach you this in basic Photoshop, in the tutorial key training. There's several things you can do from this point. You can actually take this as a selection and then put it on its own layer. Control J. Now we have that on its own layer. But what you want to do is just Alt backspace, fill that with white again. Alright, so if we're here and you're on fill pixels, go back to our custom shapes. See, I'm on fill pixels. I'm used to having it on shape layers, but for this I'm teaching you fill pixels. It'll fill your whatever your foreground color is on the current layer. So we want to create a new layer, and then we can fill pixels. Let's just choose a different foreground color. Okay. Hold down the shift key and fill pixels. Alright, now we have this fill layer that we can put layer styles on. And of course, you can also choose shape layers as well. And I'll go ahead and create that shape layer. Alright, you can also apply layer styles to shape layers. Alright, and it's pretty much the same process. You can control or command click, highlight these two, and control E, and it will also do the merge for you. So you can use either custom shape layers or fill pixels. Alright, so like I said, same process. Get your shape fill, and just go ahead and find some stuff that works for you. Right now I'm creating like mini photo frames. Alright, so we can take this, duplicate it, and you can also press Control click, and then it'll select the uppermost active layer, or you can right click and when you're on the move tool and see what layers are beneath as well. Alright, so looking at our active layer, of course we can go ahead and choose a different photo frame off of our styles here. And okay, so now we've got these. What can we do with them in the holiday spirit? Let's call this group photo frames, and just drag these in. Okay, let's just get rid of this layer here, and let's call this group pendants, and let's bring our image back here. Okay, So now we can just open this up and we can choose a pendant. Alright, notice how I just hid those by clicking and then swiping down. Alright, so let's just pick one here. Okay, so I'll use this, and we'll just take this and we can go to transform and we can move that around, scale it down. Now one thing that I like doing is kind of just creating like you could call it Christmas cord if you want. So in order to show you how to do that, basically we want to already have a layer style on a layer. So I'm going to duplicate this layer, and this is really cool. Watch what I do. We can go ahead and erase this, but the layer pixels, the styles will still be there actually. So I can make a selection, go to edit cut, and this layer still has the layer effects applied to it even though there's nothing there. Alright, so what we can do is take a brush and we can just start drawing in something and it'll automatically apply. Alright, so just for now I'm going to take this and just start drawing and it'll automatically apply the layer effect. So I can just go like this and just create like this Christmas cord or whatever you want to call it. Isn't that cool? I like that. I've always liked that. It's pretty neat. And you can do that with different layer styles as well. So what you can do is just go ahead and create a new layer, apply a layer style that you know you like to it, and just grab your brush tool or create custom shapes immediately and it'll apply. So I clicked on a layer style on this blank new layer, and I can go ahead and just start drawing something, start doodling, and it'll automatically apply the layer effects. And of course you can do fill pixels as well. So let's just go ahead, select that and delete those pixels from that layer, and we can go instantly on fill pixels, choose a different shape, and it will automatically apply. So we can choose this on fill pixels on this layer, hold down shift, and it instantly applies. Alright, Control or Command T. Alright, can move that around. And of course with the brush size you can make that thinner. Because it's fill pixels you can erase it at any time. So if we go back to this layer, get a larger brush, we can just go ahead and I'm just erasing the pixels that the layer style is applied to on this layer. You can just go ahead and delete that. Leave portions of it open, licorice. Okay. So you get the idea. I think this should be opening your creativity. I mean, this is really kind of intermediate stuff, but I mean, it's kind of fun. It's practical, fun. You get the idea. Alright, so let me just look at our other folder here. So I've basically created these different scrapbook elements is what I call them. It's the same basic process, and you can take it a couple steps further by adding rivets to things. You know, all you would do is create that shape and then get little selections there and just do a little cut from your fill. That's it. You can add to the fill, you can take away from the fill to create your own custom shapes. Let's see, we also made flowers, a lot of them off of the custom shapes already that are there. So you get the idea. And photo frames you can get more advanced with jewelry. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'll show you. We can put photos, of course, behind the photo frames. Basically same thing I did there for that loophole. Just the marquee selection tool and just put a stroke on it. Let's see.